What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm just off to see family today. Gonna hang out and have a good time. Not doing too much. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a lovely feeling. It's raining again. I'm in the UK, so it's you can usually sing that and be right, but this time I'm wrong. But never mind. It was in my head, so I had to get it out. So I watched a video the other day, someone talking about their earliest memories of motorcycles, and it was a really nice, cute story of being on the back of their dad's bike and, you know, going for a ride. And it got me thinking about my earliest stories, earliest memories of being on the back of a motorbike. Not quite so cute, not quite so lovely and wholesome. So this is my, if I was a superhero, you'd call it my origin story, but I'm obviously not. I'm just a fat bloke on a motorcycle, so we'll go for origin story, why not? My origin story of me and motorcycles. Not the nicest one. Not terrible, but not the nicest. So when I was a kid, probably about 5, 6, maybe older, my dad had it was only a 125. He had a 125 in his garden, and every weekend I'd go there and I would hop on this motorcycle. Every weekend, without fail, I'd go and sit on the motorcycle and pretend I was riding it, making, you know, motorbike noises like you do as a child and as an adult. I find I do that from this sometimes. It's not making the noise I want it to make, so I make the noise. But anyway, so I'm sat on this motorcycle every weekend, and Dad keeps saying, "You're gonna fall off of it. You shouldn't jump on there. You should be playing on there. You know, you're gonna fall off." "No, I won't. Dad. I'll be fine." Anyway, one weekend he said, "Look, I'll tell you one more time. You're gonna fall off. Don't play on the bike." So I did what any child would do, and I went and I played on the motorbike. My sister decided that this time she was going to join me on the motorcycle. I don't know if she remembers this, because she would have only been, if I was 6, she would have only been 3. But she decided she was going to join me on the motorcycle. And, well, let's just say my dad was right. And this motorcycle, with me and my sister, went crashing to the floor. And, well, let's just say my leg got trapped underneath the bike. And to say we were both screaming would be an understatement. We were absolutely howling. I mean, I had a motorcycle which it was only a 125, so it probably wasn't, ultimately that heavy, but I was 6, so it felt really heavy. And my dad, to his eternal credit, first thing he said was, "Told you you'd fall off of it," and then picked the bike up. But before lifting the bike off of me was, "Told you you'd fall off of it." And that is my first memory of being on a motorcycle. Years later, I remember my uncle had a sports bike. Again, I cannot remember what bike it was. And I had a dentist appointment. He was the only person available to take me to this dentist appointment. And I asked him, and he was like, yeah, I'll take you. So I was like, all right, sweet, that's sorted. So he turns up on this sports bike. Bearing in mind, this is literally the first time I've been on a moving bike. And he turns up. He goes, "Here's your helmet, hop on." And I was like, "Where's your car?" He's like, "Oh, the car's not working. We're gonna have to go on this." I was like, "Right, okay." And I'll never forget it. It was only like a 2-minute ride. Well, it wasn't. It was about 10 minutes, but still, it was only a short ride. And the whole time, and I don't know why I did this, the whole time I was singing "Speed Demon" by Michael Jackson in my head. Maybe because there's a motorbike in the video. I don't know. Maybe it was a comfort thing, I don't know. But yeah, the whole time I was just singing, and not even the whole song, just Speed Demon and the do 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 bit. I know it doesn't sound like that, but still. There you go, that's 2 karaoke's you've got there today. So I decided there and then that I liked being on a motorcycle. So as soon as I turned 16, I got a 50cc moped, and I didn't enjoy riding that. I've always said I didn't enjoy riding it, but actually the truth of it is there were some older lads at the top of the street where I lived. Oh wow, that's cool. There were some older lads at the top of the street, and they would always say to me, "Oh, next time you get that moped out, we're going to nick it. We're going to go down the fields on it." So I got probably a little bit scared of riding it. So that bike, I only filled it up once. I had it for about 2 years. I only filled it up once, and that fuel just stayed in there. So yeah, to say that bike didn't get used would be an understatement also. And everyone just kept speculating, "Oh, did you fall off it? Did you fall off it?" I can tell you honestly, I never fell off of that bike. I would tell you the truth now. I've never fell off it. I fell off of this one, but I never fell off of that one, right? But what did happen is it was a really hot summer, and I actually did have it out, and I left it on the path, and the path underneath it melted in the heat of the sun, and it fell over. I mean, why I left it on the path, I don't know, but for some reason it seemed like a good idea to leave it on the path. So I did that, and the path melted, and it fell over. And when the person who bought it after me, he knew my cousin, and he took it for an MOT, and they said that there was like damage that was consistent to having it fallen off of it. And everyone was like, "Oh, it's okay if you fell off of it. You know, you should have just said. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just part of riding." And I was like, "I never fell off of it." So I told him that, but nobody ever believed that. But that is 100% the true story. It was on the path. The path melted in the sun, and it fell over. 100% that is true. I've got no reason to lie about it now. It was a long, long time ago. That was when I was 16, maybe 17, probably 16, and yeah. Well, let's just say I'm double that plus a bit more now. Where is he? Where is he? Here he comes. Hi, mate. Hello. Did you miss me?